day 2 of Mindset Reframe. So I'd love to just take a moment, close your eyes, and take 3 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, to get fully grounded and centered into your body, into this moment. Excellent. So yesterday we focused on your mindset and visualizing your mindset as that ball of Play-Doh that you've had since childhood to the woman you are now, and bringing it into the woman you are becoming. And then we talked some more about the signs and symbols that came to mind during the visualizations yesterday, and how we can apply those to any time we see those signs or symbols in our future over the days to come, that we recognize them as a sign from ourselves or our angels or the universe that is reminding us of our intentions and the goals that we notified or identified yesterday. And then reminding us that we're on path, letting us know that they've got our back and we're on track and we are moving forward towards those goals. So did anyone have an opportunity to notice any of their signs or symbols yesterday? I know it's early, it's hard to remember if, it's hard to accept a new habit or a new visualization, but did anyone see any signs or symbols of theirs yesterday?
I think for me, it was like the first half of the day I saw blue everywhere. And then, like you said, it's a new habit, so I just kind of, forgot about it. But it definitely kept me reconnected with my purpose and my 3 attributes. So that was really nice. Beautiful. Kept me on a high vibe all morning.
Yes, that is the absolute goal. So these are a reminder just to re-elevate. So as life happens, sometimes our energy can get a little more dull, and these are just visual reminders or a scent or a touch or a texture, something that you use to remind yourself, like, oh, am I showing up as the woman that I know I am capable of being, of the woman I want to be in this world, with the energy that I want to feel and also exude and reflect into this world? So it's your visual reminder for exactly that, to elevate your vibe, to raise your vibe on a daily basis each time you see or hear or touch that reminder. Awesome. So today I want you to reflect on those top 3 feelings that we identified yesterday as kind of your goals from a feeling state, the 3 ways you want to feel when you show up as the highest version of yourself, the best version of yourself going forward. So for anyone that may have missed yesterday, I want you to just identify 3 feeling words that are your top goals. And if you were here with us yesterday, I want you to take a moment to just reflect on feeling those from your heart center throughout your entire body for a moment. Allow yourself to be those 3 things in this moment. And notice on a cellular level how that affects your body. Does it bring a smile to your face? Does it make you feel a little lighter?
So I hardly ever break out, but yesterday after the call, I noticed in the middle of my cheek this, ingrown pimple. I'm like, wow. And it's like totally, coming, I'm like, what the heck?
It happens. I believe our body is a vessel for our emotions, our energy. We're all just energy. So if you are trying to cleanse yourself of toxins, your skin is your first line of defense for getting rid of toxins. So if you have anything that your body or your energy field is trying to get rid of, it may show up on your skin. So that is totally a natural reaction. All right, so those top 3 feelings, we're going to use those as our destination that we're moving towards over these 10 days together. And those top 3 feelings, in order to feel them more, to experience them more, the trick is to be them more from within, from the inside. So I want you to, with your journal, jot down and go through all 3. I actually have 2, so if you have 5, if you have 3, if you have 2, however many, 5 is the most that I would use for these exercises. But if a couple extra words throw in there that feel as resonant, go with it. If a few less than 3, go with it. But for each word that you have as your goal, your core desired feeling, I want you to finish the sentence, how can I feel more of this from within? So just asking yourself, how can I feel more prosperous from within? How can I feel more loving, more grateful, more, whatever your words are, humble, without any need from exterior influences? How can you create that feeling from what's already within you? So go ahead and do that for each word that is your core desired feeling. And it shouldn't involve needing to buy anything, acquire anything, do anything. I'm talking about from within, with what you already have. If you lost all your possessions, if you lost all of your, anything from the outer world that's influencing it, how do you still maintain being that? So just to give an example, if anyone's struggling with this, so prosperity is a big focus for a lot of people because money is freedom. So prosperity, if you want to figure out how do I be more prosperous if I don't have the money coming in, to be more prosperous from within could look like an abundance of air and oxygen and making a daily breathing exercise part of your practice. So being prosperous with your breath, abundance of oxygen that you can always gift yourself at any time. It could be the gift of time. Time is something that you manage fully for yourself. And so maybe giving yourself the gift of time to be here on this call each morning, to practice that breath work each morning. Maybe it's the gift of love, self-love around whatever area feels lacking within you, to gift yourself love for exactly how you are and who you are today, as you are now. So prosperity can be something that you develop from within. So whatever your word is, your core desired feeling, how can you gift it to yourself? How are you already being that within yourself? And it could be a paragraph of thoughts for each of these feeling words. And the gift of love kind of can often fit with whatever the core desired feeling is. Loving that area of yourself, having gratitude for what little inkling or abundance you already have of that feeling, of the things that generate that feeling in you. So gratitude for what already is a big part of this. right, so if you want to come back to this, if you didn't get a chance to write down all your thoughts for each of those feeling words, the ultimate question is, how can I feel more of this, fill in your word, from within? So today, since we're all about the mindset reframe, today is all about the reframe. Yesterday we identified our mindset. Today I want to talk about the concept of reframing. So I actually originally titled this Mindset Reset, but a gal, Christine, that was on this call last year and very active in the group, called it a reframe, and being the art lover that I am, I really identified with that. It's a reframe. It's I almost look at the world as my universe, my reality is a mirror of my beliefs, my thoughts, my attitude. So to reframe that mirror, which I often do as an art consultant, the frame makes all the difference in the world. So to change your perspective of that mirror, to give it a different vibe, can have such a paradigm shift in everything you experience in your life. So this is all about how to reframe your mindset. So for now, I'd like you to, again, pull out your journal and write a list of the truths of what have shaped your mindset around these three things in the positive affirmations. So I am this, I have done this, I have accomplished this, I've seen this, I am this. So I want you to write at least 10 that are positive affirmations around your three feeling words. So if, again, prosperity is an example, it could be, I am prosperous. I am making more money than I ever have. I am learning how to make money. I am learning how to feel abundant. So in those 10, throughout them, I want you to sprinkle in at least 3 new ones that are not maybe entirely true yet, but you feel are the truth you are becoming, that you are embodying. So in those truths, fill in 3 new ones that are facts for the future, that you're writing as if they already are today. So it could be, I am rich, I am a billionaire, I am whatever is the goal that you actually visualize for yourself. Don't acquire someone else's shoulda, woulda, couldas. It's what you feel aligned with as your truth, the future version of you, the woman you are inside that is blossoming into the woman you are showing up on the outside. What is true for her? Sprinkle those big truths in with the current truth so that when you read them, it's a list of everything that's true for you now and in the future. And you can fill a whole page with these, a whole journal with these, but for today our goal is 10. 10 that includes 3 new truths, future truths. It could be one for each new feeling, your core desired feeling. It could be ones that when you achieve that, you feel all 3. However you want to approach it. if you're done writing at least 10, I want you just to sit and visualize the ones that you may have memorized as you wrote them. Just start to repeat them to yourself as true, as mantras, as your way of being. And feel in your body if any of those new truths have a twinge of doubt or anxiety or anticipation. Just notice in your body if those three have any sense of different feeling than the ones that you already can confirm are absolutely true here and now. Does anyone have any of the new ones that they sprinkled in that they want to share? Or that they want to share, even if you don't want to share what the actual one was, what your feeling sensation is when you tell yourself that this is already true? Does that feel true for you?
I can say, I can see myself doing that and becoming that.
Nice.
I can, like, I've done it before, and for some reason the power has gone away, and I'm giving myself the power that I have within to do it again.
Beautiful. Yes. That's a huge affirmation of our beliefs are what we believe is possible. And to know that it's not only possible, but you have actually done it before, that makes it so much more tangible, so much more a sense of achievable that sometimes can complicate things if we have some baggage attached to how things happened in the past, but at least it makes it real. It makes it possible. So that is beautiful. I'm glad you are able to infuse that sense of possibility into your reality. Does anyone else want to share kind of how those three added truths feel on the scale of possibility? So I'll share personally when I've done this exercise over the years in the past. Sometimes I'll add stuff on there that I'm like, I don't know how that would ever be possible, but it sounds good, it sounds fun, it sounds exciting. So I'm just gonna throw it in there and maybe I'll manifest it, and I am an extremely powerful manifester. But for each of these, if they don't scare you, I'm gonna suggest the cliche quote that you're not dreaming big enough. If they all feel absolutely like, yeah, if it happened today, I wouldn't be surprised. Go bigger. Go bigger, get out of your comfort zone. Be willing to put yourself on a limb that feels a little shaky, and see what else is possible. How does it get even better than what you've put there? But if it already feels like, oh my gosh, if this happened today, I am not ready for this, I'm not prepared for this, I don't know if I could handle this, then you're in a good spot. And you're dreaming at the right level because your possibility always far exceeds your comfort zone. So with that, I invite you to think about how to shift, how to reframe that belief system that enables you to accept it as truth. So what we're going to look at today is where in your body, once you are dreaming so big it's uncomfortable, where in your body is it uncomfortable? Because that's a huge sign of what belief or feeling is in contradiction to that success. So I want you to think about, okay, if I truly had one of these 3 truths, or all 3 of these 3 added truths, come true today, like it just happened, it's handed to me today, is there any part of your life that's like, I don't have my ducks in a row to accept that yet, or I don't have the energy to do that yet? So really identifying yourself, are you ready to receive this success? Are you ready to live that truth? And if not, that's where the work begins to reframe your perspective on what's possible. Because if you can't accept it today, it's not going to happen today. And what do you need to do to bridge that gap between what you're ready for today and the future you're visualizing for yourself? What steps need to happen? What ducks do you need to get in a row so that if it is handed to you right now, the world just says, yes, she is ready, she's on fire, she's doing the work, here it is. You are aligned with this energetic happiness, joy, success, finances, whatever it is. What in your body feels like maybe you're not ready for that today? And what steps do you need to take as inspired action to bridge that gap? Does anyone want to share where their thinking is on this?
Kathy, I keep wanting to write this book, right? I have it, probably for like 20 years, I've had this idea in my head. I'm surprised somebody else hasn't written it because I've told so many people. And I feel it in my stomach every time I'm like, okay, here's the next thing I need to do. And then something in my stomach goes, and it's like, and then I just pretend like that thought never happened and, keep moving forward.
So anytime we have a sensation in our stomach, it's related to the nutrition, the nourishment that we need around it. So maybe to feel safe with this idea, or to educate yourself on something that maybe you feel you're not as expert enough as you think you should be to be the person to write this book. So it's really giving yourself the nourishment to feel like, yes, I can move forward with this. And also I want you to identify, is it really your stomach, like your digestive stomach, or just above that, which is your willpower? Is it just a matter of masculine willpower?
I think that makes more sense.
Okay.
That makes way more sense, yeah.
So that is just a matter of, like I said yesterday, I associate moon energy with you, which is very feminine and in flow and beautiful and attracting the things that you're manifesting. And that willpower is the masculine side, the taking action, going out on a limb, having confidence, presenting your idea to the person that could actually make it happen, sitting down and actually writing it, giving yourself a goal of, this many words or this many pages or this many chapters in this amount of time. So it's making that masculine strategy that's going to bring it to life, if it's that higher kind of above your navel part of your stomach.
And this particular book would have to be a lot of interviews and like getting really intimate with people. And, it does terrify me, like going there with people, but it's also like I naturally go there with people in conversation. So like, why am I so nervous about that? I do that just naturally talking to people. I don't keep it superficial. I go deep, right?
Yes.
So,
yes. So
it's kind of like owning that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like one of the biggest gifts that was given to me by a mentor was the belief that if you want to do it, it's because it is related to your purpose. It is destined for you to want to do that, because whether it's achieving that or it's achieving something along the path towards that, that is part of your purpose. It is gifted to you on purpose that you want to do that. So believe that that's for a reason and be willing to put yourself on that limb to get it done. Anyone else want to share something around one of their 3 big truths that they're sprinkling in as a future poll for what's happening for the future? and how it feels in your body or in your logical mind. Okay, so anyone that's watching the recording, just sit with those for a moment. You can pause this and just sit with, where does it feel in my body that yes, this is 100% true. This is who I am. This is obviously who I'm becoming. This is already true from the inside, and I just need to reflect it out into the world. Or is there a glitch? Is there a hitch in your get along that you just feel like, something scary about that, or maybe doesn't feel right? A lot of times we pull in these goals that are like, I want to be I remember when I was in corporate sales, I want to be the top performer salesperson of this quarter. And then when I really was like, why am I not manifesting this with the ease and flow and the joy that I imagine? I realized that it was because it was someone else's goal. My goal was to connect deeply, to have as many meetings with people that were significant where I could help them and connect with their thoughts and problems and all of that on a deep, deep level that didn't always align with the quotas that a boss wanted or a raise wanted. So it's really identifying if there's a glitch in your system, identifying, is this goal something I actually want? Is it something my parents wanted for me? Is it something society tells me I'm supposed to have? So really, and especially I always say procrastination is one of our greatest gifts. If you're procrastinating, it's because something doesn't feel in alignment and you're waiting for either new information that makes it feel in alignment or a new perspective, a new goal, a new version. So if there is something that feels out of alignment, instead of the actual goal, like the number, the quota, the car that you're looking for, identify the feeling. Go back to the feeling state. I want this successful plush job with the corner office and this amount of money as in my annual income. Maybe that's not exactly your goal. Maybe it's a feeling of validation or a feeling of success. What is that feeling that you're actually after? Because once you identify that, you open yourself to the possibility that it could come from a completely different avenue and you will have still been a success because you identified the feeling that you wanted to feel and you opened your heart to the universe giving it to you in the way that it knows you would enjoy even more. So identify the feeling of your goal and see if that feeling feels aligned with your actual truth and where you are now and who you are becoming. And then allow your body to just feel that feeling. Visualize the success of achieving and having and knowing and being that feeling. So that's why we started with those 3 feeling states yesterday. All right. So I want you now to just take those 3 truths that you now have identified as your truths, not influenced by any outside influences, but your actual truths, your goals for the future, and say them as present tense. I am. Oftentimes, affirmation is best if it's I am something-ing. So ing is a verb word. I am doing this, being this, having this, increasing this, making this, creating this. Turn those 3 truths into 3 positive affirmations in the present state and repeat them, all 3 of them, to yourself in your mind as mantras. And jot down anything that you felt in declaring that as your truth. And if it doesn't feel true, find something that is. So I think I gave an example a little bit ago of prosperous. If saying I am a billionaire doesn't seem true and doesn't even feel like maybe that's your truth in the future yet, allow yourself to play with the wording. I am learning to become a billionaire. I am increasing my wealth every day. I am being smarter with my money. So make it something that feels true, but as far on your comfort level, outside your comfort zone as you can get it, that still feels true. So what is the biggest stretch you can reach for in that direction of feeling the feeling that is the ultimate goal?
I was going to say, it's funny because some of the words along the way to the thing feel fine, but the thing itself doesn't. So, Does that make sense? Like, so for example, I'll give one of mine, which is saying I am prosperous and saying I'm abundant. Those to me, I mean, I resonate with them and I love them and I feel like I sort of am them to a certain degree, but when I just say I am rich, that one just feels like garish and a bit too much, but it's like, well, that's the end result. So it's interesting that, I don't know, just my reaction to it, it's like, no, that's the word, so that's what we're going for. But
yes
interesting.
Let's go there. Okay, I am rich. What does that include for you? How is that different than I am prosperous? What does rich involve?
For me, the connotation is more of a physical manner, so the manifestation, so having money, having things in that way, having the ability at any time. The other ones seem more linked to sort of creative or, you know, physically healthful and sort of all other manners of things that we also need in order to feel abundant. So but rich just to me has a connotation of just like, no, got so much money.
So more materialistic.
Yes.
Okay. And does that feel wrong to want material something?
It just feels, I mean, I know no, but I'm saying the resistance is sort of like, yeah, like that's just so basic because it's all out there. Like in a weird way, it's like, well, that, I mean, if people that are noodles have it, it can't be that.
Okay,
you know
I love
it's
this.
Not like becoming
this is
a brain
juicy.
surgeon. Like I'm not going to become a brain surgeon. I do not have that skill set, but you know what I mean?
The reason, wanting to become a brain surgeon, obviously that's not aligned with your desire because it's not even in a realm of, I want that to happen, it sounds like. Is that correct?
Yeah, but it's more like that's just not something that's going to be in the cards for me because that skill set that would require me to achieve that success is just, it's not even in my world. So, yeah, it's not a goal because it's sort of, not logical. Whereas something like having money or access, you know, it's like that doesn't.
So when you think of being rich, do you feel like the skill sets are either there or at least acquirable?
Oh yeah, it's available for everybody. Like it's absolutely complete, like being loved in a way. You know what I mean? I do think it's there. I think we see that in the world. Yeah.
So this is I'm so glad you brought up this example because this is a sticker for a lot of people. A lot of people want to be rich, to be luxurious, to have the freedom that buys. But they don't want to be labeled as the rich folk or the materialistic, wanting materialistic things. So there's an air of judgment about their own desire. Their desire to be rich, they judge it from within. And as soon as you're judging what you want, you are saying, no, don't bring it to me. You are closing off your energy to receiving it because your energetic field is like, actually, no, I don't want that. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be seen as wanting that. And so you're telling the universe, don't bring it here. Even though, ideally, yes, I want to be rich. I want to have money. I want to be free to make decisions and live the life that I know I am destined to enjoy.
Yeah.
So that is exactly what we're talking about today, is reframing. So identifying in your body where the feeling feels disconnected, because that is where your work begins. That is where the reframe needs to happen. So identifying, is it a limiting belief? Have you met people that are rich and they're all assholes? Have you met people that are rich that had bad things happen to them? Have you never met anyone rich and all you have are stories to go off of that are hard to believe one way or the other, whether they're positive or negative, because you haven't met those people? So identify where a limiting belief may exist that is around the concept of being rich. And as soon as you find out which one is the one that triggers ick within you, that's where you want to heal. That's where you want to do the work to reframe that actually, no, this is a beautiful thing, that I am gifting myself the opportunity to be of service to others, to have value in this world. And if I offer my value in this world, it's a energetic exchange, and therefore it can be a monetary exchange, that the more value I offer, the more value I receive, and I choose to receive that in a monetary fashion so that I can pay for the things that are meaningful to me, so that I can support, for me it's like support artists that I love their creativity, support causes that I believe are doing good and necessary things in this world. So allow yourself to reframe the concept of being rich, and that it's not you taking, it's not you getting, it's you giving yourself the freedom to give more to this world, to be more of the beautiful essence that you are as a woman, and bringing that value into this world and having a monetary exchange for that with this world as a gift, not only to yourself, but to everyone that you are influencing in your circle of being. And that's the reframe. Thank you for sharing, because that is a huge, so many people can relate to that. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just funny how certain words have the tinge and others don't. And I was like, no, we're going towards the tinge one. Like, let's get into it.
Yeah, because that's where if you have something that's triggering it, you're going to push it away. So you need to find a way to reframe it so that you want to attract it. And maybe it's a new word. Maybe, prosperous and abundance may not have that sense of luxury or freedom to you. So rich may be what involves that. So you may want to keep rich and just develop a new belief around rich. Or it may be another word that allows you...
wealthy. I was using wealthy. And because wealthy to me seemed like that, wealthy.
Beautiful.
But I wanted to mention rich just because there's a tinge and that's in the family. So.
Yeah, and I think it's entirely up to us to be the ones to change the connotation of the word, that if it feels icky to us, to bring a new belief to it so that rich feels lovely.
Rich. Yeah, it feels rich.
Yeah. So allow yourself to release the judgment of what you want. It is your desire on purpose. It was gifted to you on purpose. So do not judge your desires. Just identify why you want them, the ultimate feeling that you want to feel from acquiring them. So when you feel rich, what is the feeling that gives you? Why do you want to feel rich? What does that feel like in your body and in your being?
Safe. It feels expansive. It feels joyful and giving and magnanimous.
Yes.
Altruistic, kind, soft.
I love all of those. So those are the things that when you meditate each morning, I want you to feel, I am expansive. I feel safe. I am joyful. And by being those things and identifying that within you that already exists, you are attracting richness, because that is what rich means to you. And by already being it, you are becoming in alignment with more of it. So every morning, wake up and say, I feel safe. I feel expansive. I feel soft and joyful. And get into the habit of feeling all the things that being rich means to you. And be grateful for the ways that you already are.
Yeah.
Already are expansive. Already are safe. So even if it's a separate side practice, I invite anyone to do this, to write a list of the many ways that you feel safe. And you are grateful. I am grateful for the roof over my head. I am grateful for the clothes and the texture and the softness that they feel. I am grateful to live in the place that I live that is safer than other options. To just expand on why you're grateful for all those things will bring rich into your life. Beautiful. All right, so let's see, where did I leave off? Okay, so since we have now mentioned the idea that we may judge ourselves for what we want, as women, we are taught not to want more than we're supposed to, obviously not step on anyone to get there, but in that they teach us, to be pleasant about getting it and to be meek about wanting it. And oftentimes it's a stretch of our comfort zone to claim it, to acknowledge that we want it, and to admit that we have that desire and not feel wrong for it, and to give ourselves permission to go down that path. And it's a hard one, depending on how people were raised. Some people were given that confidence and that willpower and that permission from childhood. Other people were not, and they have to really go through the obstacles of developing that for themselves. So in this, I want to, especially with everything that's going on in Hawaii, I was reminded of a practice that I have only read about, so I will probably pronounce this wrong, but Ho'oponopono is a mantra that you can gift yourself in any moment, that is a series of 4 phrases. The first is, I'm sorry. The second is, please forgive me. The third is, thank you. And the fourth is, I love you. This is a gift you can give yourself silently, mentally, to yourself, or even to someone else that feels like they have hurt you or wronged you or are in need of love. But it is your mantra to pour love into whatever you are focused on while thinking those thoughts. So telling yourself, if you have judgment around what you want, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And I've heard practice of this being done. There was I think it was a shaman that used this mantra, this Hawaiian mantra, over the files of imprisoned criminals. And by pouring his love through this practice into each of their files, it actually changed the trajectory of these career criminals. And it has a powerful, powerful effect. So just using it within yourself to forgive yourself, to admit that you even had a judgment of yourself, and then forgive yourself, and then thank yourself. Have gratitude for acknowledging and admitting and loving that part of you, and then saying, I love you. So Ho'oponopono is the shortened version of those 4 phrases. And let me see, before we finish today, I want to make sure I covered everything I wanted to before we do a meditation. So we've talked about your 3 core desired feelings. I want you in your mind now to just quickly say these 3 mantras as your core desired feelings. So fill in the blank. I am, fill in your feeling word. I am, fill in your second feeling word. I am, fill in your third feeling word. I want you to repeat each of those again 3 times. So a total of 9 statements to yourself, positive affirmations with 0 side situations going on. It is just you are claiming it. I am. I am. I am. And know that you already are. What you appreciate appreciates. So now you are even more so of those things than you were a minute ago. And you are becoming even more so with every passing minute. So now I want you to repeat them again and say, I am increasingly blank. I am increasingly blank. I am increasingly blank. And breathe it in. Allow it to fill your body with this truth. And know that always, with every passing moment, being alive means I am evolving, I am growing, I am learning, I am becoming, I am enough, I am love, I already am, I am everything I want to be, I am everything I hope to be, everything is within me, I already am, you already are. Deep breath in, allow your arms to come up over your head, welcome in all the goodness that is coming into your life. Attract everything that is meant for you and welcome it into your heart, knowing that it was already within you all along. Life is a reflection of what you are on the inside. Say, I am, I am, I am. And you already are. That is all I have for us today. How does that feel?
Good.
Good. Good. All right, so we have introduced the 2 elements of this entire 10-day challenge. Your mindset, the power of positive thinking is what we're going to focus on for the next 10 days. By reframing your mindset. So anything that feels hard or difficult or challenging, that's where we're going to focus for you so that it becomes easy and light and beautiful, so that it is the energy you are attracting. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow at 6 a.m. to begin looking into the use of the power of positive thinking. Thank you, ladies.
Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you.